I'm Anthony Anderson. I'm from Queen's University Belfast, and I'm part of the Centre for Data Digitisation and Analysis. Today, I'm just going to show you some virtual reality technology that we're working with at the minute. I'm just going to show you a video.
Hello, good morning. Thank you and welcome to everyone for joining this webinar this morning, showcasing virtual reality technology and how it can help you to engage a wider audience. So just a few introductions before we begin. My name is Elaine Reid and I'm the Project Manager for the Centre for Data Digitisation and Analysis.
My name is Tony Anderson. My role is a Senior Technical Officer and I specialise in VR and 3D technology.
So Tony and I this morning will just walk you through this webinar. So firstly, let me begin by saying a little about the unit. The Centre for Data Digitisation and Analysis is a not-for-profit research IT unit within the School of Natural Built Environments at Queen's University. We've been operating for over 25 years and worked on over 150 research and contract-based projects, ranging from small targeted IT awards to multi-stakeholder, multi-million-pound projects with complex digital outputs. One of our key aims is to engage with communities and individuals to develop a greater understanding of shared heritage in new and innovative ways. At CDDA, we provide an end-to-end service, for example, assessing project plans, advising on digital standards and guidelines, and developing your project ideas and liaising with you and your team to create a successful digital outcome. So during this time, CDDA has expanded its knowledge and skill sets to provide a wide range of IT research services. And over the last 6 months, we have seen and ourselves experienced the need for more imaginative online marketing, learning new ways to communicate, and for me, levelling up, both to learn how to use social media and ways in how we as a centre can better use these platforms to share and promote project activities. To that end, over the summer, we supported a new initiative to connect heritage organisations. We created, at very short notice, a website called heritageni.org, an entirely socially media-driven site. So these virtual events were run in conjunction with QUB Heritage Hub, led by our Associate Director, Professor Keith Lilly. And we supported with our lead partners on these festivals, we supported 3 week-long festivals. The Archaeology Unlocked, which was UK-wide event, National Heritage Week, and lastly, European Heritage Week in September. It was quite challenging for the team to manage and promote an entirely virtual experience, but our aims were to engage with the public, to try and raise event profiles and see if we could reach a wider audience through social media. I think our lead partners and team were delighted with the overall summary statistics. Just for example, Archaeology Unlocked, we had 27 NI contributors, some with multiple themed offerings, 67 digital activities, and the social media wall had 83 individual NI social media feeds using Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So on average, we had around 40,000 posts over the 9 days. So we calculated on average views, the events reached over 2 million views throughout the UK. So we were delighted with that. So with the summer now gone, we've been thinking of ways to share our technology and experience to give further support to the sector. So this morning we're going to look at why use virtual reality technology, how a model is created, types of feature tanks. Tony's going to showcase some model tours. Obviously at the end we're going to look at the pricing plan and hopefully answer your questions. We'll look maybe at registering your interest at the end. We'll talk about that at the end. So why is virtual reality? Why use virtual reality technologies? I believe digital tools are meant to be an aid to the physical space or object. VR is just one of many digital tools that might aid your teams to promote your space and engage with visitors in a new way. Marketing is vital, whether it's in analog or digital forms, but bringing your offering online will hopefully reach a wider audience and has the possibility to increase revenue, with your tour possibly being placed behind a paywall. This tool might also give the older person an opportunity to level up their skills and participate in new ways. Also, once your tour has been created, you can share it easily on any multimedia platform. And lastly, you will have created a digital legacy of your exhibit or space. So now I'm going to hand over to Tony. Thank you.
How your model is created. As you can see here, the floor plan of CBDA. And what we have in this floor plan is we have feature tags, which are your hot points, which can be audio, video, text, any other 3D models you want to add in. And we also have the scanning points, or the actual 3D scans. So these are the points that you will actually take 3D scan of the model. We will start by scoping your project. Team will help you lift your project, looking at the size, detail, layout, and possible costs. We'll then confirm your design and see the possible outcomes, looking at what videos, what audio, what text, etc. you might want for your location. We will then digitize your location using our 4K 3D camera, which is accurate within 100%, with whatever package you have chosen. In these changing times with a global pandemic, it's really important that we look at reducing as much content as possible. And we'll do this by using PPE. We may only need one person around to show us what you actually want us to scan. We'll then develop the model and rendering of the VR model, which will take place in the CBD lab, where we'll bring together the 3D scans to create a seamless work for your location. We'll collate the content, closely work with the customer, and look at the delivery content that you would like, including videos, audios, text, pictures, etc., along with any other feature tag points you may want to include. We'll then post-process the model, combining 3D images with the supplied content. We'll then look at draft approvals and showcase to make sure that the customer is happy with the design and the aspect of the models. Moving on to the final draft, which will be hosted by us and viewable on all devices, including iPhones, iPads, Android, PC, Macs, and VR headsets. Obviously, with VR headsets, you have that on your head, you can look around the 360-degree view, and you can walk through the model. When we deliver it, we will give you some short videos and some images of the scans, along with a link to your model, which can be embedded on your website, social media, and anything that you may want to link it to. As I was saying there before about feature tags, we can put all different types of tags in. We can put text, photographs, audio, video, drone footage, any training materials you may want to add, reports, publications, and links to any other 3D technology, for example, 3D models. We can also add in links to external sources. So if you want to actually link to our web page or another source, or as I said, there are 4 publications or training material. The model samples that I will be showing you today, there will be 5 of them in total. Sample 1 will be the Ulster Museum. This is a walkthrough only with no feature tags. Sample 2 will be the Irish Chivalry between East and West, which will have text features added. Sample 3 will be Warwick Castle, which will show you text and images. Sample 4 will be HMS Trimley, which will have text and video. And sample 5 will be the CBDA office, which will have text, audio, and video features. I'm now just going to move to show you the virtual videos. As you can see here, we have a dollhouse version of the first model, which is the Ulster Museum. As you can see, the dollhouse version is taken from the name of an actual dollhouse, where you have a complete overview of the whole location. We can move in at any point in this model. As you can see, we can walk up and down the exhibit, looking at pop-ups and any other information that you may see. We can actually read the information on pop-ups, and we can zoom in to get a clearer view. Obviously, with the 4K camera, it's very detailed. Again, as I said before, by using this button at the bottom to view the floor plan, we can zoom out again and move in again at a different location. Model 2 that I'll be showing you today will be the arch fibroid. As you can see here again, we have the dollhouse view, but you can also see, as I showed you in how to create the model, we have the feature tags. Feature tags in this case are text. And again, you can see the bit at the top here maybe looks a wee bit faded out, and that is because the 3D scanner has only scanned up to this point. But obviously, when we're doing a model view, we will trim this and to make it look nice and neat and tidy. Again, as I was saying, you can zoom into any point of this model. So this one's quite detailed. You can see actually that they have information on the object. We can look at that information. In this case, they've got the height, size, and dimensions of each artifact. And again, we can walk through the model. And in this case, they have an actual feature point with a mural on the wall. And we can zoom into that mural and have a good look at it. Right down to the detail where we can actually see what the actual mural is called. And in this case, it's a battle scene from the Middle East and from the 14th century. As you can see here, there's also many objects tagged with information. And again, it will have information about whatever you want. You can also put links to external sources. You can put training material here, and you can link anything to this actual text box. If we move back to the floor plan again, as I was saying before, we can move into any particular part. And in this case, we can see links on horses. We can look at the information. Again, they've got the information of when that actual thing took place, the height, dimensions, and we can zoom right in and look at the detail on the object. With this technology, you can also look at multiple sides of the object, but when we move around, we can look at it from different angles. And you can really see the detail there. Looking at model 3 for Castle, this is one of my favorites. If we look at the dollhouse version, we move in. You can see all the rooms located in this model, and this is quite a big model. Again, we have knight's armor, and you can see all the artifacts along the wall. Again, we have another knight on a horse. You can see we have a 360-degree view of the room. And as you can see here, we can look along the wall at other artifacts. You can zoom into them and see them in detail. Again, if I move back to the dollhouse view, at any point we can move into a different room. You can also highlight the tags here, so if we go to the state dining room, we can walk about. We can actually see more detail, maybe paintings or more artifacts. You can really see the gilded frame around this. Obviously, but the beauty of this is that we can also look at the roof, at the ceiling, see the detail as well. Or if you've had any renovation work or anything like that that maybe you can showcase to the public, this is a great way to do it. When we were moving about the rooms before on the dollhouse, we can also walk about the room, room to room. And I can go back to the previous room that I was in just by walking through. So it really feels like a virtual reality 3D model. Moving back to the dollhouse again, we can go to another room. Again, we can look at the library, and we can look at different locations. In this case, we have stage mannequins. And again, we can see text added. And we can move back to the dollhouse view. Back in another room. Again, we can freely move from room to room. And return to the previous room that we started in. The next model, which is one of my favorites, is HMS Trimley. And what you can see here is the overview of the ship with the dollhouse. We can also look at the model and see that there is 3 floors in this model. The lower deck, middle deck, and the upper deck. And again, we can move this model around and we can enter it at any point. So I go into the lower deck. We can move about the model. And in this case, we can actually go upstairs to the next deck. And again, you'll see here, in this one, we actually have pictures added. In this case, it's of a wedding. So obviously, if you're wanting to showcase your location for a wedding venue or anything like that, then you can do that using this technology. Again, if we move to the top deck, we can move quite freely. The camera's so detailed, it actually will take you're seeing outside the boat. Yes, they have added video.
But it's a fantastic day in the history of HMS Trincomalee. We've joined a much bigger family, all with common interests, and a very auspicious family at that. We can all learn from each other, and the most important thing, though, is that we put HMS Trincomalee in the very best possible position for future preservation. 200 years old, 200 years to come, and that's really important to us.
So as you can see there, the full potential in the model. We can add videos, we can add text, we can add links to other websites, we can add social media. And we can add other things that we would like to showcase: training materials, publications. Moving to the last model, which is the CDA model. As you can see here in the dollhouse, feature tags are highlighted here, and we can look at them from above, or we can go into the model at any location, as shown before. And in this case, we have audio added.
Please enjoy our tour of the Centre for Data Digitisation and Analysis based in the School of Natural and Built Environment, Queen's University, Belfast. The Centre is one of the leading digital humanities units within the UK and Ireland. The Centre was founded in 1999 and has consistently pioneered linkages between information technologies and humanities research. As the technical and professional landscapes of the humanities and social sciences have shifted over the past years, so too have the expertise and objectives of this not-for-profit research unit. We have bespoke accommodation within the school and have worked hard to build a highly skilled and adaptable team that can take your concept and, using our technical expertise, create outstanding e-resources and research outputs.
So as you can see there, we can add audio. So if you want to add audio to an artifact or a particular point in your presentation, you can do that. In this case, what we have also done is you'll see all the websites that we have worked on for years within CD today, and we have actually added the name of the actual project, and we've also added a link here that we can click to that will take you to the physical website. As we move along, you will see other feature points that we've used. Again, this is staged, and you can see that we've actually got myself, and you can look at my job title, my name, and also you can click to go to my staff profile. Again, in this model, we have added video, and you can see Fiona Byrne from the National Museums talking about reading technology. You can watch the video in the small screen, or you can move to large.
Centre for Data Digitisation and Analysis, based at Queen's University, to 3D scan some of our First World War objects. There are many benefits of 3D scanning our First World War artefacts. The main one is, for example, if I show you this Brodie First World War helmet to the visitor, you could only see this from the outside the display case. However, by 3D scanning this object, you can see the original leather lining and this rubber ring. This rubber ring dates from post-1917, so we know that this helmet was made after that time. Also, this maker's mark FS, which you would not see standing outside a display case, but you would see by a 3D scan. This mark is for Firth and Sons. This was a factory in Sheffield which produced these helmets from 1915 to 1918. So by examining the objects thoroughly and allowing the 3D scans to showcase these features, we can tell our visitors more about these objects.
So as you can see, the videos and audio and text really bring the models to life. Again, we can walk through the model, and in this case what we've done, we've highlighted some of the digitization that we can do using map scanners. So we've put a link for map scanners to our actual website. We can walk through and we can look at staff again. We can look at some other projects that we've worked on. We can go in and see our high-powered scanners, our cave scanners, and that link will take you to our actual web page. So maybe if you have a collection or anything that you might want to showcase, this is a great way to do it. We can use a pay or a not pay window to create revenue. And again, we can go to the dollhouse view and look at that in a 360 spin. And we can enter the model at any point. And now I'm just going to move back to the presentation, and I'm going to pass back to Elaine.
So thank you, Tony. That was great. and hopefully that showcased to everyone how you might be able to use that technology in your setting. So hopefully we showcase that for you. Now moving on to our pricing plan. So this is a pricing plan we're looking at for November and December. And you can see there the pricing, we've changed it into 3 models. So pricing model 1 is a VR tour only, as Tony showed you earlier on, with no feature tags, no research added to that, is around $299. Model 2, the pricing plan for Model 2, we're looking at about 50 square feet space, somewhere around that approximately. We're looking up to 100 scanning points with around 15 feature tags. Now that's text, photographs, and 1 maybe audio, 2 video, $599. And we looked at that, the audio and the video, because that's additional work really to put on 1 for every feature tag. So we looked at 1 or 2, but again, we can discuss these things. Pricing model 3 is very detailed, and it's a big model, it would be 1,000 square feet, up to 200 scanning points with around 30 feature tags, so much more detailed, with obviously the photographs and the text and external links and what Tony's discussed earlier on, but with 2 audio and 4 video at $999. Now, the above pricing is for 1 level only, so if you wanted 2 levels of your museum or your space, you can do a combination of, you can have an extensive one for your exhibits, 1 exhibit space, and maybe just a tour for another level, just depending on your funding, depending what you had. Obviously, we're hosting. This price includes hosting and limited maintenance. Limited maintenance. When I say limited maintenance, is maybe a change of a link or something like that. Very limited maintenance. But it protects the licensing for up to 2 years. So it takes you right up to February 2022. Now, just in comparison, I wanted to talk a little bit about even before COVID, we all find marketing a challenge. We all find marketing a challenge, whether it's for a particular event or for information sharing. And there are advantages and challenges to going online. One of the big advantages is, of course, the potential to reach customers anywhere in the world. And another is that you can use this particular marketing tool over and over again on lots of different types of multimedia platforms. Because if we think about it, an average quarter page spread in the Belfast Telegraph, because we did one last year, is around £550. And once you read it, you do unfortunately bin it afterwards. So of course, there's obviously again challenges going online to reaching older people. Not everyone is IT friendly or may have a computer or smartphone. But taking my 80-year-old dad as an example, I think now we are all willing to try new things, to reach out to our family and friends and the wider community in different ways.